So the Hawkeyes play on Saturday. Here's what's coming up Friday. The tournament gets underway fully, a whole bunch of games, including 5 Big Ten teams in action. Number 1 seed fighting Illini start things off against Drexel. Then you got the 2-seeded Buckeyes. Later on, the Badgers, which are a 9 seed, the Boilers, which are a 4, and Rutgers in the tournament as a 10 seed. There's a lot happening on Friday. So we're going to get Jess to break it down now by going through a bunch of stuff as quick as we can. Overall, from those teams, I want you to tell me which team to you is in the spotlight on Friday.
I love Rutgers, and they're in the spotlight because they have a chance to ruin everybody's bracket with this outstanding backcourt. You have to have shooters, and you have to have toughness. Jacob Young, Geo Baker, and Ron Harper Jr. They're going to cause some damage, go on to play Houston. I think they can rebound with Houston as well after they take down Clemson, Mike.
Which team that's playing on Friday, to you, has the best path to move forward?
That's the Purdue Boilermakers. Travion Williams, the All-American candidate, is so dominant. And then they bring in Zach Edey, who can just bring that 7'4" body, and he's got all the moves. He's getting better. Ivy and Edey are going to become household names over the next couple weeks. Look for Purdue to get that advantage over Villanova, who's really injured, and roll to the Sweet 16.
What about the toughest path?
Oh, my goodness. You got to play against North Carolina. They average 16 offensive rebounds a game, which leads the nation. We know Wisconsin has struggled, but I look for Potter and Reavers to play more together, stretch that North Carolina defense. That gives them the chance. But whoever wins that game, Mike, by the way, you got to play Baylor. That's a tough spot.
Who's got the most answers to the test?
Ohio State. They have so many offensive weapons. They've gotten a lot better defensively. They played one of the toughest schedules in the league. Mike, I know you're cheating and trying to copy my bracket. I have them in the Final Four. You didn't see that?
Is that right?
That's exactly right.
Like that pick. What about if you want to give a tip of the cap to someone? Who'd that be?
Georgie Bashanis-Villy and Trent Frazier had to change their mentality and their identity. These were big-time scorers early in their career. Remember, Georgie had 35 points as a freshman against Rutgers, but now with Ayo and Kofi averaging close to 40, those guys had to become role players. I tip my hat to those two. They're the reason they have a chance to cut down the nets, Mike.
I was just thinking, if you're an Illini fan, that's what feels different this year. It's not 1 star on your team, it's 2. And it's not 2 stars and nobody else. Multiple different role players for the Illini. It's the type of team that you feel like you could look back on for years and years because of how good and how deep they are. Much more